Hey, Hooper's Cat. One of the single most important things that human beings can do for their own health is sleep, and sleep adequately and sleep restfully. CDC recommends 7 to 8 hours a day, and a day being 24 hours, and yet the human body is actually programmed not to be awake and sleep over a 24-hour period. It's either 23 or 25 hours, I can't remember exactly which, and I can't be bothered to look it up. But if you take a person and put them in an environment where there is no indicator of sunlight and no indicator of time passage, we lose or gain an hour, I can't remember which leads me to think that perhaps our evolutionary cycle was on a planet that didn't have a 24-hour cycle. Interesting. I'm sure Brad can do something good with that one. Anywho, how are you going to sleep in shtf? I'm not talking about sleep systems, I'm not talking about keeping warm. How are you actually going to get quality sleep, and what happens if you don't? Now, I've worked night shifts, exclusively night shifts, apart from teaching, since about 1996. Done night shifts since '86. They take a toll. Once you get over 50, it's harder and harder to get decent sleep. I used to have a good sleep, get home, go to sleep at 9 o'clock and wake up at 5 p.m. Can't really do that anymore. That's part of aging. Night shifts alone cause huge physiological and mental issues to you over time, and that's not a great thing to do to your body, but somebody has to stay up at night. Now in SHF, what are you planning to do? I know a lot of male preppers are planning to stay up without sleep for hours and hours and hours and days to protect their wives and children. That's not a great idea. After about 24 hours of no sleep, you are experiencing a mild degree of alcohol effects. So your cognition and your depth perception and your ability to make judgments are all impaired. After 48 hours, you really start to have quite serious adverse effects. After 48 hours, you will have strong emotional ups and downs. Your ability to make judgments is really impaired, and frighteningly your actual ability to know it isn't. I've done 36 hours without a break, without a sleep break, without a rest break, twice in my career, and it was hideous. Really hideous. You get massively angry, massively calm. I guess it's like having the menopause in full raw. Sorry about that. Cheap shot. Females. So the other thing is, when you stay awake for 76 hours, you're actually going to start hallucinating and your judgment's impaired. So my basic story here is, if you're actually planning to stay awake for 24-hour cycles in SHF to provide security and observation, that's a big mistake. 12-hour shifts, day, followed by night, followed by 2, preferably 3 cycles off, then day, night. Now if you're not able to do that because your group's not big enough, one of the things you can try is 4 hours on, 4 hours off. First night you would stay 16 hours, 4 hours break, get up for 4 hours, go to bed. And the next night you go to bed for 4 hours, you get up for the 4 hours, and then you go to bed for the 4 hours and you get up for a normal day. So 4 hours is a good period of sleep because it gives you enough time to recover and get into deep sleep, but not too long that when you actually wake up after 5 or 6 hours, it's really not as good for you as if you've only had 3 hours sleep. And that would be a short-term period of time that you would do that. Now 20% of the population can't work night shifts, just can't do it. Much more than that don't want to work night shifts, and SHF is tough, they have to do it. But if you genuinely have people, and you will have people who cannot work night shifts, get them to do 16-hour days, 7 to 11. And then give them a break in between, because I know they're not staying up all night, they're still going to get physically tired. Because what you don't want is, you don't want the eyes impaired and the vision impaired, with the ears impaired and the brain impaired, if they're on patrol or if they're on observation. So consider that. How are you going to deal with the effects of sleep deprivation in SHTF? I know the other thing is that people don't really consider is how they're going to deal with the sudden increased physical workload. If you prepped right, you wouldn't have to do physical workload much more than what you're doing now. I, like most people, have not prepped right. I'm going to work on that. When I'm retired, that'll be somewhat different, but in the here and now, it is what it is. So sleep is a primary focus. It's one of the big things that you need to do for your health. It's one of the big things you can do to protect yourself and your family in SHTF. So don't dismiss the fact of sleep. Now bear in mind that if you stay up for a long period of time, When you do fall asleep, you'll fall asleep for a long period of time, longer than normal, and you'll wake up feeling groggy and tired. You will not make up for the lack of sleep. It takes weeks to actually get back the circadian rhythms and the hormone levels back to where it was before you abused your body by staying awake for far too long. So sleep is a chance to dream, and in shtf, dreaming may well be a fun activity compared to the reality of normal life. Anyway, au revoir.
Oh, have you seen the bedsheet boys, the terrors of the night? They rallied here at Maxton, just honing for a fight. Rally round, you clansmen bold, but do not show your face. We'll burn the fiery cross tonight and save the Nordic race. Oh, the clan, oh, the clan. It calls on every red blood fighting man. If you are free and white and bigot and get your courage from a spigot, they be needing reinforcements.